On your driving test, a minor fault could also be a serious fault. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 common minor faults which could also be a serious fault. These are the 5 I'm going to share with you in this video so that you know and you don't fail on those. Let's start the lesson. So you as a learner, when you go to your driving test, you are allowed to have 15 minor faults. 15, okay? So 15 minor faults and you will still pass your driving test. Now, when I say 15, it doesn't mean that you could have all 15 in one box. So if you repeat the same problem, then that problem becomes a serious fault. Why? Because then that problem isn't a mistake anymore. Remember, when you have 15 minor faults, it means it's just a mistake. You know that's a problem, but you're not repeating them. You're not doing them on a regular basis. You just maybe done one, maybe you forgot to take the signal off on time, maybe once or twice. Maybe your position was bad once or twice, and it's no danger to anyone. And on those situations, on randomly, you got 15, and you're allowed to do that. And you will pass your test for that. But if you keep on getting the same problem, meaning you don't look at the mirror before changing gear, you don't look at the mirror before slowing down, you keep on doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means on the same box, you are repeating the same problem, which means that that minor will become a serious fault. Why? Like I said, because then that is not a mistake anymore. That is a problem for you. It's something that you need to work on. And this is why you will fail. So that's minor. Any serious, any danger, just one, you will fail your test. Okay? So we know that. So now let's talk about the 5 common minor faults, which could also be a serious fault. Okay? So let's talk about the mirror, minor fault on mirror. Okay? So you're driving along, and maybe there is a problem. Maybe you want to go next road on the right. Maybe traffic light coming up, end of the road coming up. Your speed is quite high. For me to slow the car first, what do I need to do? I need to look at the mirror first, right? But I didn't. I just braked and then I looked at the mirror. Okay? So I braked and then I looked at the mirror. What I should have done is mirror first and then brake. But what I did, I braked first and then I checked the mirror, which is the wrong way around. There's nobody behind. There was no one there. In that case, I probably will get 1 minor. Okay? So let me repeat. I'm driving along, okay, and my speed is reasonable, reasonable, and there is a problem. I want to go left, I want to go right, traffic light coming up, somebody crossing the road, there is a problem. Before I slow down, before I brake, I'm supposed to look at the mirror. That is what I should do before I do braking, okay? So I should be looking at the mirror and then I should be braking. But instead, I braked and then I looked at the mirror. There's nobody behind. There's no danger. Maybe the examiner will give you 1 minor. Because there was nobody behind, there's no danger to anyone, you get 1 minor. Okay? On the same situation, on a similar situation, you're driving along, quite high, speed is normal, average, and there is a problem, maybe there's a car coming or something, and there's a car behind, very close, behind me. And I braked, and then I looked at the mirror. In that case, I probably will fail. Why? Because in this case, there was a car behind very close. Okay, I should be looking at the mirror anyway before I brake. On the other situation, there was nobody behind. So the benefit of the doubt, the examiner just let you go and gave you 1 minor because there was no danger to anyone. In this situation, similar situation, but there was a car behind very close. You needed to know there's a car behind before you brake. But you braked and the car behind was there very close. You will fail your test for that. So can you see the difference? Minor fault checking the mirror could also be a serious fault on a different situation. Okay? So that's number 1. Hi, if you are learning to drive or you are training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you. So if you're a learner, we have an online course for you for manual and automatic. And if you're training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you for your ADI Part 2 and ADI Part 3. Please check the description for the links of the courses. Have a look and have a read. If you like it, you could always join the course. And the next common one is, let's talk about meeting situation where there is no space for 2 cars. Okay? In this situation, there's no space for 2 cars. If there's a car coming now, who has the priority? Okay? Let's talk about that first so we understand. A road where there's no space for 2 cars, parked cars on both sides, who has priority? Do you know? Have you had any lesson on that, on meeting situation? Have you? Because if you don't, you probably don't know who has the priority. Like the road here now. Who has the priority now? What if there's a car coming now? Who has priority? Because there's no space for two cars, right? On those situations, no one's got priority. So who's going to give way? You as a driver, you take the control and you find the gaps. I say you find the gap, so car coming, go into the gap. And as you're trying to go in, if they stop for you, you just carry on. And if they don't stop, no problem. You are planning to stop anyway. So that's the answer on a situation where there's no space for two cars. Okay? So we know how to deal with that. So now let's talk about the minor and the serious fault. So you're driving and this road is meeting situation. There could be a car coming. If there is a car coming now, okay, and I saw them coming and I'm driving in a way, no plan. I'm not planning anything. I'm not planning to stop or anything. And I'm trying to push the other car. And because they saw I'm not stopping, they stopped for us, which is lucky for us, and we carried on going. In that case, you probably will get a minor. Why? Because you were lucky they stopped and you had the space to go. You just carried on going. Okay? So in that situation, like I said, because they stopped, even though you weren't planning to stop anyway, they stopped luckily and you carried on going. In that situation, you probably will get one minor. What if they didn't stop? What would happen then? What if they carried on? They keep coming, you keep going. What's going to happen then? And then literally they had to stop because you pushed them to stop. In that situation, because you had no plan, one day they're going to come, you're going to go, because you got no plan, you're both going to end up in the middle. And then what's going to happen? Because of that reason, on those situations, you will get a serious fault. So let me repeat so you know, okay? So we know the minor, we talked about minor because luckily they stopped and you carried on going. In this situation, there's a car coming. Car coming, I've got no plan of stopping. I've got no plan of going to the gaps. I'm just keep going, and they had no choice but to stop, which means you've pushed them to stop. You had no plan of stopping. There's a gap here, there's a gap there. You just carried on. They had to stop because you pushed them to stop. In that situation, you probably will get a serious fault because you are keep pushing. You will keep pushing the other car to stop. And one day, they're not going to stop, you're not going to stop, you're both going to end up in the middle and there's no space for either of you to go. And that's why that will be a serious fault. Okay? So can you see a minor could also be a serious fault. Now next one, let's talk about the junction. Okay? Going left, going right, emerging left, emerging right. Okay? So first of all, let's talk about going right from a major road into a minor road. Okay? So you want to go right here. Mirror, mirror. You looked at the mirrors, put the signal on, and you want to go right. Is there a car coming? There is no car coming. And you went. No problem. Okay? And looked ahead again. Looked into the road. Speed is too low. And I just went slowly, nice and perfectly gone in. No problem. That's okay. At the end of the road, let's go right again. So you want to go right at the end. Okay? So you want to go right, mirror, mirror. And you want to go right. Okay? So I looked at the mirror, put the signal on. It's a closed junction. So what am I going to do? My plan is to stop first because I can't see anything. So I'm going to look at the mirror again, slow the car. Okay, and I'm going to stop here. And then, because I can't see anything, I need to look. And I'm edging. What if I come here and I took too long? Okay, there was no one coming and I just took too long. Could have been quicker. I've just taken too much time to deal with that junction. I probably go one minor. Okay? Slightly more than normal. There's no one coming. Maybe I've done it once or twice. I'll get a minor for that. One minor, two minor, no problem. Okay? What if I keep on doing that? Or maybe I've went there and there was nobody there, but I've waited there for too long, which means I'm going to get done for hesitation. Why? Because I'm taking too long. Or maybe there was a car coming and the gap was there for me to go, but I was there for too long. I could have gone. Okay? And maybe if you've done it once and it's not too long, but it's still long, you get one minor. But if you keep on doing it too long, the gap was there, you didn't go, or there was nobody there but you're taking too long, that will become a serious fault. That problem, that minor problem, will become a serious fault. So when you go to a junction, remember, if others has priority, your job is to give them away, which is number one. If there's nobody there and the gap was there for you to go, you should be taking those gap, or you should be going if the gap is there, or if there's nobody there, you should be going. If you take too long, what's the danger behind that? The danger is you are causing problem for others. Cars behind you, they can't go because you're not going. They can't go because you're not going. Unless you go, they can't go. So if you keep on doing that, it means you are causing problem for others, and that's a serious fault, which means you need to work on that. So what the examiner is saying, you failed for that, go back, work on that a little bit more, practice more, so that you're no danger to anyone, you're no danger to other road users. Come back and do the test again. That's what the examiner is saying. Remember, every serious fault, it is not there because they want to fail you. It is there because it is danger to other road users. It is danger to you. Okay, remember, the examiner is thinking in his head or her head that this person, this learner, are they safe on the road? Are they safe for others? Are they safe for themselves? If not, they're not going to give you a license. Well, they shouldn't give you a license. Because do you want a license if you're a danger to others? If you're a danger to yourself? You don't want a license, do you? If you need more practice on some things, then you should go and practice on that. And this is when the test comes in. The reason you are being tested is to show the examiner that I am safe on the road for myself and for others. Okay? Let's talk about the speed. Okay? So this road is what? Is 20. Okay? Why is it 20? Some roads nowadays is 20 in the UK. In the residential areas, they put 20 because too many cars, people around, a lot of problems. Okay? So this road is 20. What if I went up 20, maybe 22? If I do go up slightly, and if I go down quickly, I'm going to get minor for that. Meaning that I know it's 20 and I shouldn't be driving more than 20. I know that. So I went above a little bit, but soon as I saw, I came down. You're going to get minor for that. You shouldn't be doing that regularly or continuously. You just done it maybe once or twice and you go 1 or 2 minors, which is fine. What if I went above 20 and I've stayed there for too long? What would happen then? What if I went above 20, even though it's 20, and I'm maybe driving 23 and I'm on 23 for a long time? I'm going to get done for speeding. Why? Because it's above 20 and I didn't come down soon as you went above 20. I just stayed, which means I'm speeding. Yeah? So let me repeat, okay? On the road where 20 or even 30, let's talk about 30 now. So the road is 30, I should be driving 30 if safe. If it's safe for me to do 30, I should be driving 30, okay? Now, what if the speed goes above 30, maybe 31 or 32? What happens then? It means that soon as it goes up, I should recognize that and I should come down quickly. I'm going to get minor for that. Because I know that's a mistake. I made a mistake. I went down really quickly. Examiner knows that. They went down, which means they know that's a problem. They came down. I've done it once or twice. 1 minor, 2 minor, done. What if I went above 30 instead of 30 and it's 32 or 33 or 34 and I've stayed there for too long? What does that mean? It means it's speeding. I'm not reading. I'm not recognizing the speed. I'm just driving without knowing what speed I'm driving. Remember, driving above the speed limit is illegal, right? It's illegal. You should know that. You should be checking your speed regularly. If you don't, and you drive above the speed for too long, it means you're speeding. You're not recognizing and you're going to get done, meaning you're going to get serious fault and you're going to fail for that. So going above this speed, it could be minor on a situation where you came down really quickly, or if you went above and you stayed there for too long, you will fail for that. That will be a serious fault. Is that clear? Okay. Next, let's talk about normal driving position. Normal driving position is where we drive on the left hand side. Okay, we always drive on the left in the middle of our lane, maybe a meter from the pavement. That is our normal driving position. Okay, so say we are driving here and our driving should be 1 meter maybe away from the pavement in the middle of our lane. Done. What if we were driving too far from the pavement, too far, which means we are pushing the oncoming traffic too much on the other side. So maybe we've done it once, okay, and then we went back to our normal position. We've done it twice maybe. If there's a car coming now and our position is slightly too much on that side, okay, too much, slightly, could be more close on that side, but we are slightly too much on that side, not causing too much problem for the oncoming traffic, but it's still causing problem. Or maybe here we should be giving them one door space, but we are too close, maybe slightly too close. Maybe for a little while we were too close to the parked car. In that situation, or in those situations, maybe I get a minor. Okay, so too close to parked car, maybe for not too long, maybe slightly, or maybe too much on the other side, on the right, and it wasn't normal driving position, maybe a minor for that. What if I keep on doing that? What if that problem, it's a habit? So for example here, I'm always driving too close to parked cars, too close. It's as if I am hitting the car. Okay, or maybe one of my habits is I'm too far and I'm on the other side too much. I'm always doing that. It's a habit. Either too far or I am too close. One or the other. That's not normal driving position, is it? In that case, I will get a serious and I will fail for that. Why? Because then it's not a minor, is it? Minor is like I said, maybe you've done it once or twice, but then you corrected it, and throughout the test, that wasn't a problem. It wasn't something that you've done regularly. It wasn't something that a problem for you. But if you keep on doing that and it's a regular thing throughout the test, so for example here, okay, I am too close to parked cars, maybe for about 5 seconds, then I corrected it. Maybe again too close, but then I corrected it, and now I'm normal driving, it's okay. Maybe a minor one or two, because it's not a problem, it's just a mistake. But if I'm too close throughout, all the way, and I don't recognize that's a problem, and that is my habit, my normal driving is I'm too close to parked cars, that will be a serious fault because I'm too close. I'm driving too close to parked cars. Or maybe I'm driving too far on the other side, okay? Or maybe I'm driving too far on the other side. The road is big, okay? I'm not talking about this road. Maybe there's no parked car, the road is wide, but I'm not driving on my side, I'm driving too much on the other side. And I keep on doing this like a habit. What does that mean? It means I will fail for that. Why? Because that's not normal driving position, okay? So can you see a minor on the normal driving position could also be a serious. Minor is where you've just done it once or twice and it's not a regular thing, it's not something you do regularly. But if you keep on doing that, then that becomes a serious, because then it's not a mistake, it's a serious fault, okay? Hi, if you are learning to drive or you are training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you. So if you're a learner, we have an online course for you for manual and automatic. And if you're training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you for your ADI Part 2 and ADI Part 3. Please check the description for the links of the courses. Have a look and have a read. If you like it, you could always join the course. So these are the 5, like I said, a minor could also be a serious fault. And I just wanted to show you so that you know these minors could also be a serious fault. I hope the video helps. If it does, please do give a thumbs up. Please do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos. Hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.